So welcome to Men on Scandal. This is our weekly show where we talk about the latest episode of Scandal, the latest one being Dog Whistle Politics. In Washington, D.C. is Troy Johnson. Mark Clark is here, but we only have the audio version of him. Hello. So we'll enjoy that all together. And I'm Tony Scott in Dallas. So we start out, man. Jake goes to see Eli. You know, Eli's locked up.
Yeah.
They got him on embezzlement, which to me sounds like a trumped-up charge. They just need to put something on him to get him locked up, right? But to your point, I think, Troy, you made this a point a week or two ago. Why is he in the general population?
Right.
You know? Because Eli clearly is a marked man.
That, and I mean, there are a couple of ways you can look at this. One, he's marked. Somebody could come after him. Or, I don't trust Rowan. You know, he could go and slit a couple of throats while he's sitting out there, you know?
Yeah.
In his house shoes and orange jumpsuit.
Yeah. He could shank somebody with a stick of gum.
Yeah.
Now, first we had B613 for a few years. Now it's Lazarus 1, which sounds like some kind of NASA program or something. But, well, now, what is Lazarus 1?
That's the code name for the operation, right? That involves the Louvre.
Oh, when they were burning it down, all the stuff? Okay.
Yeah, I think he was putting that, and Jake was saying, you put Lazarus 1 in play right now. I know what you're up to.
Okay. Gotcha.
He's like, man, I'm just up to a crossword puzzle. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Hey, Quinn tries to hire Marcus Walker. Remember Marcus Walker from the episode where the father stood over his dead son in the street from last season? She offers him the job to be the spokesperson for OPA, a gladiator in a suit.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I don't like what y'all do, so nah, I don't want the job. And she's like shocked, you know, because she knows that he needs the money. He's got no income, so she's offering him, you know, a lifeline to, you know, supporting himself, and he says, "No, I'm good."
And Tony, I don't know if this is kind of, we've been watching Scandal for a long time. What it reminded me of was that's how she got her job. She she came to the same restaurant, same scene, and she gave the speech that what's his name gave to her.
Harrison?
Harrison gave to her.
Yeah.
And, you know, so she thought, I know this is a winner.
Damn, Troy got a memory like a damn elephant. Go ahead, player.
Man. Got it in the vault, man. In the vault.
I'm a gladiator in the suit.
And the sad part was she knew as a black activist, he ain't had no money. That's messed up. You black activists right now ain't got no money across the country.
Man. Fitz is hot about how the press handled Olivia. I mean, they're just dragging her, man. You know, so he fires Abby. He says, "I want you gone by the end of the day" or something. And of course, Liz says, "Don't go anywhere. Don't turn over your credentials. Just stay in the building. Do not leave the building." And they're gonna make it right. So Jake and Charlie decide to go to Paris. Well, Jake decides to go to Paris to take Charlie with him to investigate this Lazarus 1 thing. So they're off to do that. Olivia calms Fitz down by calling him an idiot because, you know, he fired Abby and he's just on the, you know, she calls him an idiot. How many people get called an idiot and calm down from that?
Right.
Man.
Hey, shut up, you effing idiot.
And then he calls her an idiot and they have this little, you know, cutesy little thing going on. But then she knows that somebody's taking her picture from the building across the street and she freaks out. I got to go.
Well, that could have been avoided if you just closed your blinds. I don't know. That was a shocker.
Right.
You have the media outside 24 hours, and oh my God, my window's open.
So Quinn and Huck come over. They sweep the apartment, make sure that there's, you know, nothing in there, and then Huck says,
"Shouldn't that have been done already? Like, you know."
Yeah. Why wasn't this done before?
OPA check mark.
That should be done on a weekly for her.
Right.
You know? Maybe a daily since the scandal went down about her being the president's mistress. But Huck tells everybody it's all good because I rented that apartment at a higher than market value. Who rents an apartment at night? I was like, who rents an apartment like that at night? I mean, you just don't you check into a hotel at night.
You
but
start
who
reading
rents
too much into this show, and you see where it's like some of these things. I don't know, y'all.
Man, you know. But hey, That's why we love the show. So Mellie meets with the women of the Senate, and they see blood in the water, man. They smell blood in the water, and one of them says it's about peckers. Too many peckers.
Man.
So the women of the Senate, they want to impeach Fitz, but only if Mellie's okay with it.
Yeah.
And Mellie really isn't feeling it at all, but she
her
tells
first
Cyrus,
day.
huh?
Their first day.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Senate.
Yeah.
We want to impeach your husband.
Yeah. They, and Cyrus, she meets with Cyrus and she tells him what the plan is, and she says, I'm not going to impeach my husband, but he's trying to get her to see the big picture.
Yeah.
But his big picture is kind of jaded because he's got hate in his heart, and we'll get into that coming up later on. Marcus changes his mind and decides to take the job with OPA, the activist. He says, I'm in.
Now,
I'll be the gladiator in the suit.
Now, and that was the moment again, it's fantasy because, as you all know, as black men and Hispanic men, we ain't ever going to no office looking for no damn coffee because we don't want to die in America. You know what I'm saying? We don't go to no door. Yeah. See, people don't. I think if you're not black or Hispanic, you don't understand how we do not do that. Like, just going to an office and start looking through stuff. Oh, hell no. Though it's America, and I guess you can do it. We have been conditioned since we were babies to not do that.
Yeah. Man, that's the point. A point taken. Yeah. So Jake's in Paris. He goes to see Elise. Elise is a spy that he worked with before. They argued about Grand Central Station. He waited for her. She never showed up. He left. Apparently they were married.
Yeah.
Man.
I was trying to figure out, was that a real marriage or was it an undercover? Or it felt like it was real, but it kind of.
Well, it was real when they went in.
Yeah, it certainly was real.
Yeah. So apparently Jake is recovering from being kicked to the curb yet again by Olivia Pope. So Liz goes to see the senator on the golf course who's investigating Fitz's scandal. And his line, man, he's had these bitches lined up like planes on a jetway. That was the line of the night for me. For me, that was the line of the night.
That was it.
And he sounded like Steve Spurrier, the ball coach.
Yeah.
That's what the old ball coach said.
That was the line of the night, man. Fitz and Mellie have this moment, and little Teddy's hiding in the room, and they play with him for a while. But then, Mellie tells Fitz she don't want to fight with him anymore. And he does the whispered response, "Neither do I." And so they have their little moment, and they call a truce. We'll see how that doesn't last long at all, as we'll find out later on. Now, Fitz agrees to meet with Senator Gibson, the one who said he's had these bitches lined up on like planes on a jetway. So he agrees to meeting with him. Let's see. Now, back in Paris, so Charlie apparently didn't know that Jake was married to Elise. So he'd been trying to get with that for a couple of years, so he said, and they're like, there's some kind of sting operation right there in the repair van. They're always the Acme repair van that has all the surveillance equipment in it.
Right.
When they hear, the signal, the video signal goes dead, and then they hear guns. And they go in there, and the man that Elise was dealing with, he shot dead, and she shot in the arm, and, everybody's like, what the hell? What the hell? It's always interesting how awkward it is sometimes when they introduce it, like a new twist, a new plot line. It's like, okay, how does this work? How does this gonna fit in with everything? But as we've always known, Shonda always ties it up in a nice little bundle. It may not be in this episode, but it always seems to happen.
Yeah.
So Fitz meets with the senators, and they're talking about the good old days with Daddy, and and Fitz ends the meeting.
Yeah, I'm the president. I don't really have much time, guys, to sit around and jaw jack. But thanks for stopping by.
And they just sit there. I mean, him dismissing them was like a big thud. It was like awkward because they're not leaving.
Have a seat, Mr. President.
So they've got their own deal. of what they want. If he's going to get their support, this is what he's going to have to do. And
you're going to have to roll back Obamacare, number one.
And then the Brandon bill, which is Fitz's legacy. They want that to go. And the equal pay thing, they want that to go. And then when Fitz says no, the senator asks to have the room. He goes, gentlemen, can I have the room? That means you too, Liz. I was like, damn, that's cold. That's cold. For some reason, I just thought, y'all do know that the lady playing Liz is a lesbian, right? I don't know why I thought that. That was just wrong on my part, and I'm very sorry for that. So, yes.
Cards and letters to Tony Scott.
But the senator tells Fitz, we've all had our dalliances. You just got caught. So what he's saying is, you got caught, so now it's time to pay the piper.
That's right.
And so you got to kill he says, you can keep the equal pay thing. He goes, but you got to kill the Brandon bill. And, Fitz knows how important the Brandon bill is to his legacy, and he's not saying no. But then he says, let me think about it. And then the senator says, next time you fool around, choose someone that's more palatable to the base. I.e., get a white woman next time.
That's right.
I was like, damn. Shauna taking a jab at the GOP, man? Is that what she was doing?
And then Fitz said, hey, Bush had Condoleezza.
Yeah. I was like, do you think Bush and Condoleezza really had an affair? No, I don't think so either.
Just playing. Man. I'm sorry, Condoleezza. Hope she's not watching today. Sorry.
Yeah, she did watch last week. So Olivia's upset.
Next week now. Thanks, Mark.
Olivia is upset that internet trolls want to rape and kill her. Because of this whole scandal thing. Because she tells Fitz on the phone, there are porn versions of us. Like 3 of them.
Damn. You haven't made it, though, until you have one of those Korean cartoons put together that explains the story. That's when you've made it.
That's when you've gone worldwide.
Yeah.
When you've gone international.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she's breaking down. She goes, I don't know how much more. She was a strong one like 40 minutes ago.
She was good.
She was telling him, don't be an idiot. And now she's breaking down over some comments on the internet.
Yeah. And anytime your woman laughs and then it goes back to the somber, you might need to be careful. She did the, I'm okay. I'm fine. Wait a minute.
Well, it was the fact that people wanted to rape. 1,000 people say they want to rape and harm you, rape and kill. And there was a statement. There are 2 statements made in this episode. One was what women have to put up with. Both of them were themed around that. What women have to put up with. Do they know that I would love? She said, do they know that I would love to kill all of them?
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't assume that a woman's not strong, And then the other thing was, back when Mellie was talking to the other women senators, the stuff that they got to put up with when we're equals doing the same job. So, she put some messages out there.
Too many peckers.
I think the thing that is great with this show and with Empire is it really is timely because I'm a guy, and I've been feeling these issues recently. I don't, maybe it's the political climate or whatever, but I really have felt like, damn, like women are all, they're really like coming at women, So it's interesting that the show would have that same kind of feel. So it feels like it kind of ties you to the latest news,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, it is open season on women. That's been, it's just now that people are starting to, at the very beginning stage of paying attention to that, but that's been going on for a long time.
Oh, hell yeah.
So Cyrus is still trying to convince Mellie to impeach Fitz. And Mellie doesn't want that to happen, but then Mellie points out, you want revenge. You don't want, you're not looking at the big picture here. You want to harm Fitz. She sees that. Mm-hmm. I think everybody sees that. And then if Cyrus goes on this rant, about how Fitz is like his son, your child, and then he tells Mellie, your child is dead.
Damn.
And safe.
Huh?
And safe.
And safe. Nothing bad can ever happen to him again because he's dead. He's safe.
Right.
My child, Fitz, is this, that, and the other, and Mellie has this look of horror on her face, like, how dare you, you know? Which I think most of us felt that. It's like, you know, how could you say something like your child is dead and safe?
Right.
Wow.
Mellie said, and what about your other child? You comb her hair today?
Ella, on line one. Ella, line one.
Yeah, we thought in the background you heard Ella say, "What about me, Daddy?" But I don't know. You know, now I'm not trying to defend Cyrus, but I think strategically he's right from a standpoint of, you know what I mean, like.
Well, you know, Mark, it's like so in a way he's taking the emotion out of it, but at the same time he's taking the emotion out of it, but he's putting emotion into it by bringing up her deceased child. He
added some crazy to it. He took emotion out of it, then added some crazy to it. And so therefore, she's not going to be able to hear your point if you're talking about my dead son. It just doesn't work that way, Cyrus.
Yeah, she shut down. Once she said that, he said that, she shut the hell down. That was it. That's all she could think of is he just talked about my dead son.
Yeah, and then I think also we know her whole history. She's taken some L's for Fitz. So love him or not, she has put her body and her life on the line just like he has for Fitz. So to say, who are you to judge me? Who are you, Cyrus? Because you say he's your son to, you know, whatever. Now, you know, I'm closer to being... He's close to being my son, being that I slept with his daddy. He could have been my son. He is my son. Yeah.
That's just wrong. That's just wrong on every level you can think of, man.
No, I'm just saying.
Now Mellie's giving you the side eye.
Sorry, Mellie. I'm defending you, sorry.
So Mellie comes to and says, you know, get out. You know, and Cyrus quits. So did he get fired first, or did he quit? Because she didn't say you're fired. She just said to get out, but he got fired first.
Now, if Tony, you have to bleep this out. But if Mellie was the black first lady, he would have said, "I quit." She would have said, "Motherfucker, you fired."
It's official.
Oh boy. Yeah, there's some truth to that, I guess.
Lie about that, man.
So Marcus Walker, who's working for OPA now, you know, he sees the world differently. He sees the world for what it is. You know, that there's an issue here because Olivia Pope is black. And of course Quinn and Huck, they don't see that. But a reporter says something to Marcus, and Marcus turns around and challenges the reporter on what she said, and then he meets with Quinn and Huck, and you know, he says, "This is how I gladiate." Right? You got to respect that, right? So they agree that they're going to go on offense, and they do. They make the rounds on the talk shows, of course, with Aretha Franklin playing in the background. You know. Gotta have Riri in there, man. So, but yeah, they go on the offense, and it's interesting because at the end of the show, when they were rolling the credits, I don't know if you noticed, but it said humorless anchor, disgruntled anchor. That's how they identified them. I was like, damn. But they go on the offense. They go on these talk shows, and you know, Marcus seems to be the most effective one because he has the most passion, because he understands what this is, right. Which I thought, you know, from an overview out of the show and stuff, you know, for Shauna to point out what everybody of color has known for years on this show, I wonder if it resonated with anybody who it needed to resonate with.
Well, and you're right. It's almost like a class. I felt like I was back in junior college. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. The dog whistle. I didn't know what it was called, but as a black person, I feel that same way every time it happens.
You know,
it's like when Fox News is on, all black people are like, our ears are up like dogs. I feel angry and I don't know why.
Man, I don't remember the last time we got a Scandal episode where it appears that there's a whole lot of, and I'm not going to say Shonda, but I'll say it because, for lack of a better way to put it, a whole lot of Shonda opinion in this episode, which it's not a bad thing.
No.
It's not a bad thing because the points she was making in this episode were pretty valid.
Yeah.
How the press, will create and slant something that most Americans don't even realize. They just take it and run with it as fact.
Right.
And
you know what? We didn't mention, because throughout the show, the overarching part of the show was this retrospective, in-depth look at who Olivia Pope is. How did she become the woman, from the media standpoint, how did she become the woman that she was? First, we learn about, her father and what his goals were for his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Then she goes to college. She's brilliant. She's been to the best schools. And then she realizes, from the media standpoint, it was like this running commentary without Olivia's point of view on it.
Right.
Like how, she starts hooking up with these powerful men. What we didn't have was, why?
Right.
What did that come from? Did she, the media thinks it's an angle for her to get to where she wants to be. But of course, the mystery is we don't know why. Maybe that's just what she likes.
I think her older men thing, and I think it's a daddy issue thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Her father is a powerful man, and and these men she's dated have been powerful men, older, like around her father's age.
Yeah.
So I think there's something to that. Fitz might be the youngest one she's ever fooled with.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that for the show, the Marcus's new black gladiator T-shirts are going to be a hot item next week.
yeah, you can get them right now on our website. No, I'm just.
I'm not just a gladiator. I'm a black gladiator.
Yes, I'm a gladiator.
A gladiator. That's why he took the job. He said, "I want to help a sister out."
Yep. That's why he took the job. Yeah. So Fitz decides, I'm going to go see Olivia. And so this is breaking news that he's in the motorcade. They don't know where it's going because there was nothing scheduled, and so they say he's headed into a neighborhood. It's like play by play, and he's in a neighborhood where Olivia Pope reportedly lives, and he's going into what's been confirmed as the building Olivia Pope lives in. And at first, I didn't know how she felt about it because she seemed to be angry that he was doing this, and then she seemed to be a little giddy that he was coming to see her. Mm-hmm. So she goes outside her apartment in the hallway and goes up to the elevator to meet the elevator when it opens. And the first thing that runs through my mind is, you know what? He missed that elevator. Them kidnappers are going to grab her again, man. Somebody, one of these trolls are going to try and harm her, But no, it's him. And him and 4 Secret Service agents, and he says, I'm taking my girlfriend on a date. Mm-hmm. And then what did he tell the Secret Service to turn around? He's going to make out with his girl in the elevator.
And I wonder what is it called where, like when TV shows or movies or whatever, I wonder what it's called when it does exactly what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, I found myself, and my female side was raging, but even though normally I would kind of not feel that, for that scene, I bought it. I bought it. I was all in. I was all in, and I was smiling when they kissed on the elevator, or whatever. And I was like, damn, that what's that moment called when they got you?
I guess it's a got you moment. I guess I don't
know
know.
When you know what I'm saying? Because normally I'm like, normally I'm kind of whatever. But it got me for some reason. It felt like the show. It feels like the show is back. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
you didn't get me.
There we go, Troy. Good. See, that's good. We gotta have the balance, man.
Because it was kind of like, well, 2 things. That was set up by the conversation that Fitz and Abby had. She said, you have to, take down the Brandon bill because that's the right thing to do. Or it's the smart thing to do. And then Fitz says, I got a plan because this is the right thing to do. And that's when he went over to her house. And I was kind of like, 2 things. I was like, I'm not sure about this. And the thing I thought it was funny was she already had her coat on.
Troy, that was a coat robe.
No.
The coat robe, man.
She rolled out. Damn.
Too bad. too bad those 33 victims that died on that plane didn't benefit from Fitz doing the right thing. he was a younger man.
Yes, he was a younger man. He had not grown into his potential yet. So, I guess, and I don't know if Mellie saw Fitz go into Olivia's apartment and was humiliated. I'm guessing that's what it was, because it was either that or what Cyrus said finally resonated with her. I don't think it was that. I think it's what she saw on television, and so she decides that she's going to get behind impeaching Fitz.
Or did she?
I think she did, because I think now it's gotten emotional again for her.
Well, certainly Fitz, or not Fitz, but Cyrus said, these women are waiting for you to lead them.
Yeah.
In whatever way. So she could go in there and say, yeah, I'm ready for the impeachment. Which is what I kind of felt, Tony. I felt the same way. But
because it was 20 minutes ago, they were like, let's stop hurting each other. And now he goes on national TV to his girlfriend's house and humiliates, Senator Mellie Grant. So, yeah.
Yeah.
When they're like, hey, the black lady was like, I sure hope she comes in here and tells us to get rid of Fitz, because if not, we ain't got nothing to do. They're just sitting around, we just decorating. I don't know, we ain't got nothing to do. We don't get rid of him.
Damn.
Everything's been dusted to within an inch of its life.
Oh my goodness.
We got to stop. That's how the episode ends. So, what did I miss?
You got it all, man.
I hadn't thought about it until you said it, Troy. But that TV show where they examined Olivia Pope, it was, at first it was like, here's her life, and then it kind of turned into jabs.
Yeah.
It was kind of turned into body blows.
Yeah.
The one scene that was funny to me was, when they're putting it together, the producers are putting it together. It was good. It was really good, and using pictures from Olivia's past and pictures from Carrie's past. But that one with her on the horse was funny because they took like Princess Di and put a face over the. They put Olivia Pope's face over Princess Di. I was like, wait a minute, I know that photo.
The interview video of her in college too was a little suspect. Like,
yeah. Okay.
At one time, it was a guy that wasn't her dad. It was like, wait a minute, is that her real dad? That's her real dad.
She put on a Georgetown hoodie on. All of a sudden, she's back in college.
Right. I'm like, no, she needs some braids or something to go with that. It just wasn't. It wasn't enough. And in the retrospective, they also had pictures of her parents, Mama Pope and Papa Pope, and they had one picture of Ron when he was younger with the mustache.
Oh man,
it looked like Anwar Sadat. I was like, damn.
I never thought I would do a show with you guys where the name Anwar Sadat would be brought up, man.
That's political Troy Johnson coming up. And I think they used one of those Fran pictures from the corner for her mama. Hey, it's all we got. Let's put it in there. Nobody knows.
Yeah, that's it. Wow. Well, that's the episode, Dog Whistle Politics. If you
speaking of dog whistle politics, why did they send Huck on a TV show?
Oh man,
oh man,
that was a train wreck.
Oh,
he killed 5 people.
Thug politics. How did he say it, Troy?
Dog whistle politics. The guy was like, yeah, he said that 43 times.
Oh man, so
I can't wait to use it when I'm on WABC tomorrow, though. Actually.
Okay, well there you go. You can leave a comment. You can share this. That would be very helpful. Subscribing to the channel is awesome. All right, so thanks for watching Men on Scandal in Washington, D.C., where Scandal is based, is Troy Johnson.
Yes.
Mark Clark, via audio only, is in New York City. I'm Tony Scott in Dallas, and we'll see you again real soon.